You're staring at your laptop at 2 a.m., wondering if you should just delete everything and go get a normal job. Here's what might shock you. The founder of a billion-dollar company you use every day was literally about to send an email shutting down his business. He delayed it by just 24 hours. That delay made him hundreds of millions of dollars. But first, 61% of founders have considered quitting their company, and nearly half are actively planning to leave within the next year. If you're watching this because you want to quit your business, you're not broken. You're actually completely normal. I'm going to show you the exact decision-making process that separates entrepreneurs who quit and regret it from those who either pivot to massive success or exit strategically. Stay until the end, because the company I just mentioned will blow your mind. Let's talk about what's really happening behind the scenes of entrepreneurship. Because social media doesn't show you the 3 a.m. panic attacks or the days when you question everything. 42% of small business owners experienced burnout just in the past month. Not the past year, the past month. 27% of entrepreneurs struggle with crushing loneliness. When you're the boss, who do you complain to? Who understands the pressure you're under when every decision could make or break your company? And here's the kicker, about 1 in 3 male entrepreneurs and 4 in 10 female entrepreneurs deal with imposter syndrome. That voice telling you that you're not good enough, that you're faking it, that everyone's about to find out you don't know what you're doing. But here's what these statistics don't tell you. These feelings aren't a sign you should quit. They're a sign you're human. Stuart Butterfield was ready to quit. His online game called Glitch was failing miserably. Small cult following, but no money coming in. Sound familiar? But instead of just shutting down and getting a job, he noticed something. His team had built this internal chat tool to communicate while working on the game. And it was really good. That failed game became Slack. Today, it's worth billions. Or take YouTube. Started as a video dating site with the slogan, "Tune in, hook up." Completely flopped. But the founders noticed people were uploading all kinds of videos, not just dating profiles. They pivoted. Google bought them for $1.65 billion a year later. Here's what's wild about these stories. Both companies only exist because their founders were failing at something else first. The moment they wanted to quit became the moment they discovered their real opportunity. Research from the Startup Genome Project found that startups which pivot effectively grow their user base 3.6 times faster and raise 2.5 times more money than those that never pivot. Before we dive deep, let me blow your mind with how common pivots actually are. Twitter started as a podcast platform called Odeo, now worth $44 billion. Instagram began as a check-in app like Foursquare called Bourbon, acquired for $1 billion, now worth over $100 billion. Netflix mailed DVDs before they streamed anything, now worth $240 billion. Shopify was supposed to be an online snowboard shop, now worth $80 billion. Groupon started as a platform for social causes called The Point, peaked at $13 billion valuation. Each of these companies exists today because their founders were willing to quit their original idea to save their company. Pattern recognition. The most successful companies often succeed at something completely different than what they started doing. Before you make any permanent decisions, you need to do what I call a reality check. Not a hope check or a fear check, a reality check. First, look at your financials. Do you have enough runway for 6 to 12 months? If the answer is no, that's not failure talking, that's math talking. Second, check your team's energy. Are people still believers, or has everyone mentally checked out? If your team has given up, that tells you something important about where you really stand. Third, and this is crucial, reconnect with your original why. Pull out that business plan you wrote when you were excited and naive. Has something fundamental changed about your vision, or have you just drifted away from what made you passionate in the first place? Sometimes the problem isn't that your business is wrong. Sometimes the problem is that you've forgotten what business you're actually in. Here's a tactical exercise. Write down what success looks like to you today. Not what you thought 2 years ago, but right now. If your current business can't get you there, that's valuable information. If it can, but you've been focused on the wrong metrics, that's also valuable information. Wait, before I give you the most important decision framework, let me ask you something. Right now, as you're watching this, what percentage of your stress is actually about the business? And what percentage is about what quitting would mean about you as a person? Think about that for a second. Here's something every successful entrepreneur learns. Never quit on your worst day. When emotions are running high, your decision-making is compromised. That's not motivation speak, that's neuroscience. Stress hormones literally change how your brain processes information. Take a step back. Take a weekend off if you can. Take a week if possible. I know it feels like the business will fall apart without you for 5 minutes, but it won't. And here's a wild stat that'll make you feel better about taking that break. More than half of entrepreneurs say self-care is the key to fighting burnout. So stepping away isn't giving up, it's strategy. During this break, do something completely unrelated to work. Exercise, spend time with family, read fiction, watch movies, anything that reminds you there's life outside your business. Often clarity emerges when you stop obsessively thinking about the problem. Solutions appear when you give your brain space to breathe. And if after that break you still feel the same way, that's valuable data too. It means this isn't just stress talking. Pause the video for 10 seconds. I'm serious. Look around your workspace right now. See all that effort, all those late nights, all those dreams built into what surrounds you? This next framework will help you decide if it's time to let go or double down. Here's what smart entrepreneurs do when they're at this crossroads. They plan for both scenarios. Path 1, the pivot plan. If you were going to completely change direction, what would that look like? What's actually working in your business right now that you could double down on? What would you do differently if you started over but kept the lessons you learned? Path 2, the exit strategy. How would you wind down responsibly? Is there value you could salvage by selling assets or the business itself? What would a graceful exit look like? Having both plans doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're being strategic. It takes the emotion out of the decision and gives you a clear roadmap regardless of which path you choose. Remember that founder I mentioned who delayed his shutdown email by 24 hours? That was Tim Westergren from Pandora. In that one extra day, he secured critical funding. Pandora became one of the pioneers of online radio and made him incredibly wealthy. 24 hours. 93% of entrepreneurs say they would start another company again, despite the difficulties. So even if you choose the exit path, this probably isn't the end of your entrepreneurial journey. It's just the end of this chapter. Still here? That means you're already ahead of most founders. You're asking the hard questions instead of just grinding blindly forward. Here's what I want you to remember. Wanting to quit doesn't make you a failed entrepreneur. It makes you a normal entrepreneur. Steve Jobs was fired from Apple. Elon Musk nearly went bankrupt multiple times. Arianna Huffington failed at multiple ventures before HuffPost. The difference between them and everyone else isn't that they never wanted to quit. It's what they did with that feeling. Some used it as fuel to push harder. Others used it as a signal to pivot. Both choices can be right. The key is making the decision with your eyes wide open, not in the heat of frustration or the depth of exhaustion. Your business might need to die for your next business to be born, or your business might just need to evolve. But either way, this moment of doubt, it's not your ending. It's your decision point. And whatever you decide, you're going to be okay. If this video just gave you the clarity you've been searching for, smash that like button right now. Don't wait. And here's what I need you to do in the comments. Tell me one specific action you're going to take in the next 48 hours based on what you just learned. Are you taking that strategic break? Planning your pivot? Having the honest conversation with your co-founder? I read every single comment, and I will respond to yours. Subscribe if you want more raw, honest content about the real side of entrepreneurship. The side nobody talks about at networking events. Your next chapter starts with your next decision. Make it count.